Welcome back to another episode of Lost Lands, The Four Horsemen, and the Collector's Edition. I'm your host, Survival Mad 1, and we are going to continue on with the story here of this game. So, just be aware that when I get to a stopping point, I will be showing you the collectibles in the next episode so you could see where the collectibles are based off on the areas we entered in. So that's what we're going to be doing. So here we go. Okay, so looks like I started right here, it seems. Okay, so let me see what we have on the map. It looks like we need to get to the Lake of Life, but we'll do that second. We need to get to the area up here, to the Tower of Five Worlds. So to do that, we're gonna go over here. Now, before I show you how to get to the up to the top of the tower here, this way over here gets you to the Lake of Life. So we're gonna do that in a little bit. So we're going to go up in this little cascading waterfall, which is like a pillar of water, which is nice. So we're going to go over here. Now, right here, ladies and gents, you're going to take the stone chip. Now, you might want to do this very, very carefully because one, if you misclick one time, it messes up your achievement. So watch and carefully click on the correct stone chip. And as soon as you do, it will flip. But if you click the wrong one by mistake, you will know that that the achievement will not happen. So be aware of that. Please do be aware of that. Alright, so the other piece, chip that we need to click is right here. Now that looks, don't know what they mean, but all I could say is that it's just gotta match the symbols, apparently. It's literally what it says, you gotta match the symbols. So, there's one right here. And if you're ahead of me, keep going until you get to the point where it exits you out of this area, and wait right there for me. Okay? So sit back and watch if you're ahead of me. Uh-huh. Where is it? It's up in here somewhere. I know it's here. Where is it? Right here. Here we go. Some of these I do have by memory of where they're at. There are some that I don't have by memory yet. So there you go. That's why it took me a little bit to find that one. As you can see, it's taking me less time to find certain symbols, as you may notice. And it's taking me a lot more faster because I know exactly where they're at. like I said, there are some that I don't have by memory yet. Because sometimes it takes me a while just to find the exact image. And by the way, ladies and gents, I already have the achievement already on this file. But in the new file, I will be showing you how that is done. So you could see that you get the achievement if you do it the right time on the first go. So, alright, you get the space portal, which kind of tells you exactly what can be used in order for the time portal to, or the space portal to be found. So it looks like we found a ruin. So now with that in mind, now if you're at this point with me, follow along because you're going to be seeing what's going to be happening next. Alright, sit back and listen to what this guy has to say.
Finally, you've returned. I met one of my trusted associates today. He said he saw a horseman of fire in the wasteland. I suspect he's there looking for an artifact of utmost importance, the compass of the worlds. We mustn't let the evil get hold of it, for it will penetrate into other worlds, which are far worse than ours, and let in evil from other realms to ours. Please find the compass before the horseman. I hid it in Rocky Town beyond the Forsaken Sea. There, in the Temple of the Ancestors, you'll find the compass. Take one of the keys to the cache with the artifact. Be careful. Don't let it fall into the hands of the Horseman of Fire.
Alright, looks like we got a key there. However, we do have a plank. Let's go ahead and use that. And then zoom in. And then get the ruin in its place. Okay. Now, you're going to see a little bit of clip. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wastelands. Okay? So first up, for starters, we're going to go right here. We're going to take this, and then at the same time, we're going to take the stone ruin. Okay? Now remember that oil can that we have? That we collected early on? You're going to use that right here. And then, what happens is, a boat comes down. You're going to go in here, grab the Jaff, is what's going to be needed in that particular area later on in the cottage. So, I will show you how that's done. Alright, so we've got a manuscript. So, that one was about the Fire Horseman. So if you want to take your time and read that, go ahead, but be prepared what could come next. So be unaware of that. So with that in mind, we're going to go over here to right here. Okay? Now, we're going to hold on to the fragment that we have. Okay? So we're going to go over here, but here's the catch. You're going to use the whale rib to move set rock. And then open the door it becomes a HO scene. Okay? So we're going to go in there, and I'm going to show you how to get things done a little bit quicker. Alright, so we're going to take these matches, and then we're going to light this lantern. Okay? And now everything is going to fall into place. We're going to interact with that. That comes down. We're going to interact with this up here. Alright, so we're going to take this piece and this piece. We're going to zoom in right here. Take this. And then smash it right onto the rock. And then we're going to take that piece. Okay? And then we're going to take this key right here. Okay? Now, we're going to take the broken glass bottle and cut this wire, or this rope. And then we're going to take that rope. Okay, we're going to go over here. We're going to grab that. We're not done with that area just yet, but we will get back to that at some point. We're going to take the shovel. Use set shovel on this box. Okay? Now, we need some form of something we need to... Okay, we're going to use that item on that, and then we're going to use the rope on that. But for now, we need something. Okay? We're going to go in here. And then we're going to grab the hook. Okay, we're going to grab this hook. And then we're going to use that hook on that. And then pull it up. And then we're going to get over here. Place this and that. Now we're going to interact with this. Now, the image that you're going to be putting together is going to be an image of a fish. So, keep that in mind. And there's two particular fish in this image. So you might want to make sure you are putting it together. Now, to interact it with these pieces is basically really simple. Is that you're moving the pieces, okay? But here's the catch, okay? The only problem is that when you're doing it on your TV screen, you're holding the A button and moving it to the side, so then the piece can move either left, up, down, right, if that makes sense to you guys. So, with that in mind, you are going to go ahead and move some of these pieces, okay? But you're going to make sure that the image is matching, okay? You're going to bring these pieces as far down as possible, but there's just one piece that's kind of is blocking your way here. So we're going to go ahead and move this up, move this all the way over, and then bring this down. Okay, we're going to bring that in there. We're going to bring this up, and then bring... Okay, you're going to bring this piece over, bring that up, but then bring this down, bring this over, and then bring this down, bring that over, and then bring that up, and then, ladies and gentlemen, you have finished the puzzle of fish. Simple enough, isn't it, huh? Okay, you're going to use set key on this and interact with it, and then inside is a crowbar. Now, if you look at the box here, it gives you a clue of where the hidden item you need to have. So you're going to zoom in here. And remember that I told you you have to come back here at some point? Well, you need the crowbar in order to access what's here. So, and inside we have a handle. And then this HO scene is done. Okay? So now, with that in mind, the handle you're going to bring over here to this particular spot right here. The handle you're going to go ahead and use. And activate that, and inside you have a dynamite. Now you're going to grab the nails. Okay? You're going to go out of there, and then you're going to come over here. Grab these boards, or planks as it's called in the game. I call them boards, but you know what? Who knew? Alright, now, with the nails and the planks, you're going to use planks first. The nails next. And then thirdly, you're going to use the hammer. Okay? Now, once you've done that, you are able to grab what is up here, which is tongs. Okay? You're going to be needing that. And with the tongs at hand, you're going to come out of the wasteland. Now, you're going to take the map. You can see where you have to be. Okay? So in this particular area, I will show you what you need to do. Practically speaking. Okay, so we're going to go over here. Use the set tongs that we just found on this particular object. And then once it cools off, we can take the tower figurine. Okay? Now, there are 4 figurines we need to find. And I will show you where to place all 4 of them once we have all 4 figurines. Okay? Let's see. With the Jaff, we're going to go into the cottage. Now, with the long Jaff, we're going to go ahead and use this and pull down that. And we're going to come up here, grab set crystal, because that's going to be needed a little later. Okay? Now, we're going to get out of there. Even though it says on the map, we have to go back in there, but I will show you once we have all 4 figurines, and I'll tell you why we have to be back there at some point. So, we will deal with that later. So, the 4 figurines, I will show you how to use and where to place them. Okay? If you already figured it out, congratulations. But, until then, I will show you here on how to do so. Now, with this in mind, we have some pieces that we might need, right? Okay? So, we are going to go over here again. And we need to find some particular items. Now, this is very easy to remember if you're very cautious on pressing the right buttons. So there you go. We need to find something to lure this scorpion away. So it looks like there's really not much in this particular realm here. So we're gonna go over here and take this jar of flies. Okay? We're gonna wait on this particular area just for a little bit. Now, we're going to go all the way back to set cottage. And now once we're here, we're going to go over here to this little gated area. Now, remember the snake that I told you to kind of wait on until later, until you had something to take it with you? Well, the jar of flies. You're going to take that and bring the snake with you. Okay? Now, once you have the snake with you, now, you are able to take that to the wastelands. Now, remember, you can always use the map in this particular game. Why? Because it doesn't require achievement where you have to use it less than 5 times, like in the previous game that I just did, where you have to use the lesser usage means of the map. In this game, I showed off in the beginning of the game, there is no achievement whatsoever of usage of the map. It doesn't say you have to use the map less than 5 times. It doesn't say you can't use the map at all, or even opening it up 1 time. It doesn't say any of that. So you can use the map as many times as you want. You can warp as many times as you want. So there's really nothing you can warp. It doesn't say you can't use the map. So keep that in mind if you want to go back and forth and warp and meet me at the location, so you can see how long it takes versus then warping to the locations if you choose to go that route. Alright, mosaic fragment we have I must cut the rope, apparently. Alright, so with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and use set knife. Let's do that. Stone on a rope. We're going to go ahead and take the monocle. Now, with that, this is, you think we're looking for a particular matchbox. Okay, most people don't think that some people, not saying not anybody would not know this. But this game kind of shows you just a little bit of a hidden trick. If you don't have a matchbox, you use something to light something from the light of the sun. Which means that if a beam of light is hitting at the right spot somewhere, and you want to light something on fire, you use a magnifying glass or something that has a little lens, okay? And what happens is that the reflection of the sun hits it just right where it lights up the whatever you're trying to set on fire straight up with that. So with the monocle, you can see it lights the mat or the dynamite on it. It starts the ignition, so you basically run away from that. So now, with that in mind, we're gonna go ahead and take the ship's wheel. So a little bit of lessons right there for me. Okay, and no, I have not done any setting fires. Okay, I have not done any of that, but I have learned over the years. So just be aware of that. That's a disclaimer, just so you know. I have not done any history of fires, just so you know. So we're going to go ahead and set the crystal right here, but here's the problem. I don't know what image to set that as. So, with that in mind, we are going to go ahead and use stone on a rope to throw it right there, and then I can pull this down, and inside we have a mosaic fragment. That is going to be needed, just so you know. Now, since we have all 4 pieces of the mosaic fragment, then that will be handy. However, this right here, you need something to let you know what kind of images you need to set that in place. Okay? So over here we have a brush. Okay? So we're going to take set brush, but we're going to abandon this for now. And now, we're going to go over here to this cactus yet a second time. The reason why I say a second time is because we're going to come here a third time for something else. But I'm not going to spoil that just yet. Just so you know. Not just yet. Alright, so it looks like there's an image right here. This image is here on purpose. I must memorize it. Now, I don't know if you know, it took me a while to understand it. But if you look right up here, there's a statue that looks exactly what was on that rock. So we're going to turn these to match that particular statue that we've seen. Okay? Okay? Now, once that is done, it lights up the door, which the door will open based off on the light of the crystal. Okay, now once we're inside, we're going to take this chain and put it on top of that. But here's the drawback. We need a gear of some kind. And we can't access that unless we have a gear. So, we're going to go over here and look at that. We found the set gear. We will get to that here in a second. So, let's go in here and play a little bit of Matcheroo with gears. So, sit back and watch. And learn what could happen here. I think it's this one. Yep. Nope. Something a little bigger. Nope. A little bit bigger would be good. Yep. Now, a giant size one will do good here. There we go. Ooh, tricky, tricky, tricky. I like it. Alright, big gear. And then finally, this last one right here. And look at that. Simple, isn't it not? You just gotta match the right gear in the right sequence as you saw there. So now, once the gears are now placed, now, you're gonna take this and then pull that down, but then it does a little animation of that. So once that is down, you take the spear, and then you're gonna come in here, take that, which is the stone rune, and then yet a manuscript. So if you want to take your time and go ahead and read that, that's your choice. I am not stopping you for not reading it. So we're going to take the spear and then take this mosaic fragment down. And now we have everything we need. So we're going to go ahead and take that. We're going to go ahead and place that. Place this mosaic fragment. And then the final piece, done. Now, once that is taken to account, we need to place one last piece, and it's the center piece. So now, we are going to go ahead and do a little bit of a puzzle mosaic piece. So, we're going to take this, okay, and we're going to take that. We're going to bring this down. Bring this over. Bring that up. Bring this over. Okay, now as you may notice that you might have to remove some of the pieces that are going to be needed in the correct spots. So be aware of what you're doing here. So just be aware of that, please. That's all I ask. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move this back down. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move this here, move this here, move this over, bring this down, bring this over, bring that up, and now that whole side is now complete. However, it looks like we may not be done, so just be aware that you need to make sure you have everything in order of where you are supposed to place things. So, okay, so now, as you can see, I'm doing all three pieces all in one side, as you saw that there. Now, once you've done all that, that goes down. Okay, now, with that in mind, We're going to go ahead and go inside, but it looks like the only one thing... okay, so apparently it says, Marin, if you came for the compass, that I know that it's no longer here. I saw one of the Black Horsemen in the wasteland. I think it was Fire, and he was obviously searching for something, so I decided to play it safe and stash the compass up the worlds in another reliable place. Find me. However, he just basically told you where to look, but it didn't say exactly where to look. But let me tell you how to find that one location. Now, we need to find one more stone. Okay? One more stone fragment, which we need to figure out where that's at. Okay, we're going to go over here. There's nothing there. Let's go here. There's nothing there. Let's look over here. Is there anything here that needs to be a little bit of attention? Nope. Okay, so there is some... We need to look for something somewhere. So, and where do we need to find this one particular fragment? Well, it sits right here. How would we overlook that? So we will have to come back to that box at some point. However, I have completely ran out of time, so I'm going to stop right here. So if you like this video, please leave a like and a comment, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode on Lost Lands, The Four Horsemen, Collector's Edition. I'm your host, SorrelleMan1, and I'll catch you guys then. Peace out.